If we think a little bit of these two connectors over here as an architectural pattern, that allows you to connect Kafka on the one side with S3 on the other side and back. You can see how this can open up for all kinds of use cases, whether you want to do a backup and restore of your Kafka topics, whether you want to do a much, much cheaper way of disaster recovery, rather than continuously having an active Kafka that you need to replicate, depending on your use case. As long as you have a long-term backup of your Kafka and you can afford the time to spin up a new one, then you have a very cheap disaster recovery. As we saw, you can ship things into Parquet, repartition them as well, which is they're basically perfect to be read by your Spark or your data lake or Iceberg. Also, since you can send data to S3 and you can drive any application from there, it means that your data scientists, machine learning, and generative AI can feed off that very easily because they just have to deal with files. The same applies to any non-Kafka native app. And of course, because you ship data to S3, S3 integrates very well with pretty much every other AWS service. So it opens up the world, your Kafka world, to integrating with any AWS service. And you can see it here in sort of in broad terms, how using this pattern of the two connectors, you can have a dual way of communicating between Kafka through S3 into anything else you want.